No.
In psychology, complexes are clusters of unconscious thoughts, emotions, and memories that influence a person's behavior and perception. And they can also shape how a person responds to certain situations. For example, you have the superiority complex, guilt complex, and then you got the big relationship killer, the martyr complex, or when the person is always the victim no matter what. When Lewis and Rosalind meet, she instantly fell in love with him, moved with him to Eve's Bayou, got married, and bore 3 of his children. And now we get to see them having a house party. And he's having a little too much fun with Maddie. And to make matters worse, he's caught by Eve in the shed with Maddie. His mother also mentions how
Got every woman in the parish thinking he's the second coming.
And then later on, Cicely mentions how everyone knows about him and Maddie.
Mama knows about Daddy and Maddie. Everybody knows.
Then Rosalind also gets a phone call from another woman. And after that, we still get to witness him messing with one of his patients.
Going outside and play.
Lewis has a problem. Rosalind has always adored Lewis, placing him above everything. And she's helped build everything, and now it's all in jeopardy.
I said, well, I got 3 of these damn babies. I dare that woman call my house.
She's increasingly growing numb, unable to keep her mind off of the problem.
God damn it.
Does it hurt?
What?
Your finger, Mother.
But when Eve grows belligerent towards her about her father, Rosalind still defends him.
He's supposed to be home sometimes.
Listen, you little ingrate. Your father works hard so we can have a house with 4 bathrooms.
And then Eve cuts her with her words.
Not every night he's not working. I know he's not.
See, Rosalind, she's developed dependent personality disorder. She tied her entire self-worth to him, looking towards Lewis to be her protector, but he also became her undoing. So she's developed a slight Cinderella complex. She believed that being the perfect wife would earn her happiness and didn't have anything going on for herself. And this heaviness causing shutdowns and deep psychological distresses. And Lewis displays different complexes, histrionic and narcissistic disorder. And his complexes, they sort of oscillate between hero and Don Juan complex. See, the hero complex, he sees himself as somewhat of a savior, justifying his actions through his role being a doctor. And the Don Juan complex, the desire to be with many women no matter the circumstances. Marriage doesn't matter. And as far as histrionic goes, we can see theatrics through the letter that he wrote Moselle, listen to his explanation.
Moselle, could I have sunken your estimation to the leechy depths where you would accuse me of deliberately abusing my most beloved child?
And we can see here his theatrics even in dancing. Now their daughter Cicely, she's dealing with what's called the Electra complex, where her daughter develops an attachment to her father while viewing mother as a rival for his attention. And that's just putting it lightly. Somebody's gonna get the evil look, guaranteed. So let's combine all 3 dysfunctions under the same roof. You got the numb, loyal wife clinging on to an idea of marriage, competition for affection with their daughter. You got the grandiose, permissive husband, no boundaries set for the daughter's admiration, allowing it to sort of replace the wife's affection.
You love your daddy, baby.
You know I do.
And then his complexes, fueling his validation and infidelity.
But to a certain type of woman, I'm a hero. I need to be a hero sometimes. That's my weakness.
And then we have the attached princess, idolizing her father while giving hatred towards the mother, manipulating attention, and openly defiant. See, Roz, she's done all she can do, while not knowing everything that's going on in her house. And speaking of, to reference my Lewis versus Cicely breakdown, Lewis, as the adult, is overall responsible. Undeniably so. No escaping that. But regarding that night, Cicely knew what she was trying to do. Oh, she's 14. Don't give me that BS. She waited on her mother to go to sleep and snuck her little fast ass downstairs after her mama told her not to.
Go back to bed. I don't want you waiting up for him anymore.
But Mama...
I'll say it one more time, Cicely.
She did that on her own. Ain't nobody go upstairs. She went downstairs on her own. That's called defiance. Talking about she a child. No, She can't get off that easy. Poe and Eve are children. And Eve needed her little ass whooped. Cicely is a teen who needs mama to put paws on her. And Lewis, his nasty ass, he's right in the ground where he need to be. And it ain't because of no Maddie either. Now, I know some of y'all's emotional immaturity will prevent you from understanding. And this was made obvious by the sad lack of comprehension from the comment section from my Fences movie breakdown titled Rose's True Value. So I'm going to implore you to follow James 1:19. Look it up yourself.
Repeat after me. I'll pay.
I'll pay attention.
I'll pay attention.
All right, let's continue.
While I break this part down in potato. So, just like Rose from Fences, Roz was not the problem. You see, in Fences, Rose's problem was this guy. Roz's problem is this guy. Rose was a perfect wife that didn't need to change anything about herself. Roz was a perfect wife that didn't need to change anything when it came to her marriage. So if you were one to talk down on these two, talk about I could never, well, we know that. And just know that they are greater than you. And they will always get picked first. And speaking of picking first, when Roz saw something was wrong with her daughter, knowing her own relationship is in danger, she still left with her daughter. They both needed to get away. And she remained still with them as they slept in her protection.
Look to your children.
You see, Roz, she walked with poise and a bright smile. She didn't have a reputation that would embarrass her man. And unfortunately for Roz, reciprocity was a stranger in her house. See, what Roz needed was someone to recognize something more important than beauty and poise. And that's her constant love and persistent loyalty. But she'll find it soon.
In 3 years' time, you will be happy again.